Hey guys, welcome. So, we are going to be talking today about feeling bored. And did you know that being bored is actually an emotion just like being angry or sad or happy? And so, feeling bored isn't actually bad or wrong. So, it can feel really bad, right? But it's actually the actions that come from us feeling bored that can cause some not so great consequences. So, for example, when you start feeling bored, you might do some things that make it so that people around you get upset, or you get really frustrated, or you even maybe get into trouble. So, for example, maybe you're feeling bored and you decide to go pick a fight with your brother or your sister. Or maybe you're feeling bored and you go interrupt your mom or your dad for the 10th time when they're trying to get dinner on the table or finish up a work call that they now have to do at home. That might get you in a little bit of trouble, right? So, we're going to learn some really fun ways to deal with being bored over the next week. But the very first thing that we need to do is we need to learn what it means for you to feel bored, because that could actually be totally different than what it is for me to feel bored. So there is a worksheet that came along with this lesson, and if you don't have it, that's okay. You can totally just write this down on a sheet of paper. But what I want you to do is go through this with me, and I'm going to explain it to you, and then we'll finish the video, and then you can go ahead and go write down your answers and work on your worksheet. But the first thing that I want you to think about and to write about is, what does it look like when you feel bored? So, for example, if I couldn't talk to you and all I could do was see you through this video, how would I know that you were bored? Would it be because you're rolling your eyes, or maybe you're crossing your arms, or having some big emotions going, or big movements going on? I don't know. What does it look like for you? So think about that. And then in that top box, I want you to either write some things that happen to your body and around you when you feel bored, or you could draw a picture. And if you draw a picture, make sure that you put some labels on there so we know what it is, okay? Now, second question is that I want you to think about, what are some things, some times, some places that often make you feel bored. So maybe it's any time that your mom or dad tell you that your device time is over for the day. Or maybe it's getting stuck inside and not being able to play with all your friends, like a lot of us are having to do right now. Or maybe it is having to do your homework. Every time that gets pulled out, you just all of a sudden start feeling so bored. Okay, so think about that. Write down at least a few different things that you can think of that often make you feel bored. And then your final question on this worksheet here is, what usually happens around you? Or if you want to go even deeper, what do you usually get into trouble for when you feel bored? So a good way to answer this would be to think back to the last time that you were feeling bored and what happened around you. Did you maybe start getting really frustrated and angry, and then everybody else around you got really angry and started yelling at you? Or did you pick a fight with your brother or sister and then got into trouble because of that? So think about that. Go ahead and write down your answers, and then tomorrow we'll meet back here and we'll talk about those answers, and we'll start working on some ways to deal with feeling bored and make it not so hard, okay? Stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you tomorrow.